which can affect their reaction.
Well, maybe they should take the time to know the real me.
If only. Time's something no one seems to be able to spare, especially during a conversation. Although that can be a plus.
I don't see how.
The clock doesn't stop when you're speaking to someone. So if you need to get your second win before a fight, making small talk can buy you time.
But if I'm running on adrenaline, won't chatting take me off my guard?
It can.
Maybe.
So if you need to get to the point, act instead of fight. For example, if you don't think I have any more to teach you, then you could just say, I'm done with this. I wouldn't think any less of you. You seem to have the basics down.
I could, but I won't.
Target, why talk to them at all?
Sometimes it is better if you shoot first. Still, approaching someone to talk to them can allow you to get the drop on them if you get close enough to strike. Use it if you have to, if the conversation isn't going your way. Assuming there's even a way you want the conversation to go.
So how do I know what provokes someone? I'd rather rattle them if I can.
If that's what you want to do, pay attention to the clues in your environment. Sometimes people will have advice, and intel can help. But there's another way. Read much?
Well, I read the recruiting pamphlet. Got me this far.
There's a host of information out there through dossiers, email, and other documents that represent total research others have collected on a target, organization, or operation.
And what does that get me, exactly?
Sometimes you'll spot obvious triggers. People who don't respond well to smartasses, like me. Others who respect loyalty, duty, a professional approach. Others who don't have time for bullshit, and like it when you get to the point.
Wonder why
Dossiers
Parker
just
turned
don't
up there.
contain psych information. They'll usually have combat information on your target as well. What side they favor, any past injuries, common weapons or tactics they use. Some of it blunt, some of it subtle. But if push comes to shove, it can give you an edge in combat. The more you've done your homework, the more vulnerable.
Makes sense to me. I'd rather get a firefight over with as quickly as possible.
Amen to that. Our records are complete, so use them when you have downtime.
You have dossiers on everyone here?
Yep, if you can dig them up. You might learn a few things. Sometimes reading a dossier will give you more options when dealing with others. A few facts to bring up, to shake secrets loose.
What about you?
You should already know what makes me happy, Mike. And what pisses me off.
Indeed we do.
At what point can I start accessing personnel records and conducting surveillance?
After meeting a target or hearing their name referenced by someone else, you should have a target ID. Then hop onto the database and start doing your homework. You can usually unlock their basic information at that point. Let's start with a simple one. Al-Samad. That should be familiar to you.
The terrorists.
We saw them on the
Yes,
TV.
You can research groups as well as people. It doesn't carry the same benefits, but it can provide useful intel in the field. Talking to people about others is a good way to help gain dossier information. Sometimes people will have information on someone that can unlock a brand new thread in your computer search.
Okay, so I've suffered through your interrogation and know how to give one if need be. Am I ready or not?
We'll see. Meet me in the command center, and I can give you a proper mission briefing.
Yay, we're going on a trip.
'Cause I'm sick of this room.
Trust me, Mike. If it was up to me, you'd never see this interrogation cell again.
And that's what they call foreshadowing. Because obviously we do. So this is the command center.
Recognize him?
It's pretty cool.
That's Sheikh Ali Shahid, the voice of Al-Samad. They say he was responsible for shooting down that airliner in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got his hands on some prototype Halbeck technology. A missile with a multi-stage targeting system called Jacob's Ladder. That airliner
Biblical
was his
reference.
first target.
But how did Shahid get his hands on that missile?
Missiles. He's got more. He stole them from Halbeck, and we need them back before he gets any more trigger-happy.
That
Then we
bastard.
want you to kill him.
Understood, but if the opportunity presents itself, should I take him alive?
If you can. Either way, we want him out of the picture, and away from any more taped broadcasts.
If I can
Probably
bring
a
him
good
back here,
choice.
I will.
All right, then, pack your gear. You're heading to Saudi Arabia.
Not
Woo!
coming with me?
I'll be there in spirit, and on video and radio when needed, Agent.
And I just
Aw.
got here. Oh, well, I'm gonna miss this place.
Don't lie,
I
Mike.
doubt it. I'll contact you when you reach Saudi Arabia.
See? Even he knew you were lying. Okay, so we got all of our objectives complete. We came out of it with 22,500, which is a very, very good starting cash pile.
Care to explain how Halbeck lost its missiles?
Old news. An accounting error.
Oops.
The missiles. You didn't lose them, did you?
Angry, Mr. Thornton? Because of what happened in Saudi Arabia?
Maybe. You tell me what happened in Saudi Arabia, Mr. Leyland.
Mike, can you read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
We gotcha.
Reading you loud and clear. Where can I find Shahid?
It's a little more complicated than that. It's gonna require some groundwork, and lots of it.
Okay.
Good to see you're eager to get started. Finding Shahid is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location, but we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shahid, and he's currently operating in Saudi Arabia. If you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shahid is, or guide you to the missiles.
Got it.
Right.
What's the next lead?
We also tracked down the location of an airfield Shahid used in the past. If you can sneak in and plant a listening device, we may be able to track flight Shahid is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the third lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Any backup, sir?
Just Darcy on the comm.
Any backup, sir?
Funny, Mike. Darcy's enough.
Oh dear.
We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No
See,
pressure.
that's what I like to hear.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got
Did.
some perks you might be interested in.
Guns.
Anything beyond the weapons locker?
Thought that might hold your attention.
It did? Anything else?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone
Time
Age?
warp.
Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however. Using
Fair
whatever
enough.
funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any weapons trafficking in the Middle East.
Exactly. The weapons locker you already found, help yourself to what's inside. Just be sure to choose the ammo and armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out, just use the front door, or access the missions from the main terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the mission specs to your PDA. You can review them at any time.
Thanks,
All right,
Westridge.
so, is that it?
Yeah,
Westridge.
that's it.
Great. Home sweet home.
Bye. So we've got a new objective. Access the safe house computer. So this is our PC. We can check our emails. Some of them are kind of good. So we got a slush fund, which gains us an extra 10k, which puts us up to 30,000. I think it's 30,000, and my god, that's good for a beginning. So we'll archive that. We can reply to her. So we'll say, thanks. Darcy, he doesn't like us. He doesn't like us that much. And since the agency spends all its money on secrecy and not enough on guns, he's got a local contact for us. So he's not too pissed off at us right now. We're fairly neutral with Darcy. So we can change over our weapons if we want to. We can buy extra things, that sort of cool stuff. But we will not be able to afford a lot of these good things at the moment. But we don't need to worry about it too much. What we do want, though, is some more pistol rounds. So we'll buy a couple of them. We can sell our SMG. Oh, we don't have one. We can sell the rounds because we don't need it. We'll keep the shotgun. Keep that. We'll keep that, but we might sell it in a minute if we can get the better armor. We can get SWAT utility armor, but we don't want to lower that at the moment. Oh, hang on. No, that's compared to casual attire. Okay, yes, we do want the SWAT utility armor. I was thinking we were already wearing some armor, but we were not. So we'll sell the interceptor armor, keep the SWAT stuff, and we don't need anything else, but we will get a few more rounds for our assault rifle, because we will need to use it, unfortunately. And the other thing we can get is intel. Intel is fun. Intel is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the Nasri stuff, because that's a nice, easy mission to begin with. And you can do that fairly stealthily. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our weapons locker and customize. So what we can do is we can customize different things. So if we had multiple types of pistols, we could choose from that, or we could change over to something else. But we'll keep the pistol because it's nice. And now it's silent. I don't think we have anything else at this point, but we will find items. Oh, hang on, we've got a laser sight. Excellent. But we will find items later, and that was not what I wanted to do. I want to go to the assault rifle. Oh, that's why we couldn't sell the SMG, because it says we're using it, but we don't want it. We want our assault rifle. And what we got for completing Mina's challenge was a scope. That does take down our stability, but I'd rather have the really good accuracy. So that's that. And now we can quickly go sell that SMG, because we really don't need it. I will never ever use them in my life. They're very bad. They're not terrible, but it wouldn't be so bad if you only used one, but you used two.
In Washington today, Senator Patrick Darcy unveiled new legislation aimed at
So we'll
cleaning
watch
up
the news.
federal government by greatly restricting lobbyists' access to legislators.
The bill, called the People Over Rich Corporations Act, or PORC Act, would prohibit lobbyists from contributing to election campaigns and require anyone affiliated with a corporation to stay 500 feet or more away from any member of the legislative branch.
Opponents of the bill have labeled it a draconian offense against free speech and so laughably unenforceable as to render it a farce. Senator Darcy had no comment for INN News.
Surprise,
Should American
surprise.
businesses be compensated if conflict arises in Asia? Legislation being discussed on Capitol Hill would assist with relocation costs for operations based in countries considered hostile to the United States. Detractors in both parties have attacked the bill as a massive bailout for companies that have outsourced American jobs. China and India are the largest destinations for offshore operations, with everything from manufacturing to software development being produced overseas for American businesses. Tensions continue to rise in the Far East as Taiwanese President Ronald Sung's independence rally approaches. The controversial politician has the Chinese government worried that he will formally declare independence, an action that would almost certainly lead to war.
High-level White House sources have told INN News that, should China attempt to forcibly block a Taiwanese move for independence, the U.S. Navy will take, quote, any and all measures to prevent Chinese aggression.
Fancy that.
Meanwhile, the president, on a goodwill tour of Africa, issued a statement urging all parties to remain calm and rational, and to let diplomacy prevail. In Washington
So yeah,
today,
there you go. We'll set off on our first mission. We can customize our appearance, but we don't need to. Not at the moment. So let's go. Oh, hang on. Actually, before we do, just want to double check that we've equipped the right armor, because that would be awfully bad if we didn't actually take our armor and went in plain clothes. Yeah, we're about to go off in plain clothes. No, thank you. We want our combat armor. We bought it for a reason. So when we get shot, it doesn't hurt as much. So let's go to intercept Nasri, the arms dealer. We've got Westridge as our handler, and his bonus perk is by the book, so 10% cooldown bonus on abilities. Very handy. And we've got 3 intel for the mission, so let's get to it. Chill, Westridge. I know how to do it.
That makes getting to Nasri that much easier.
American. Nasri said nothing about an American.
Fancy that.
There's a lot Nasri doesn't tell you.
You aren't American.
In our trade, of course I am. What, you think I'm gonna shoot you all and carry your entire shipment out on my back?
If you did, you would die.
Exactly.
Go on through. Nasri at the palace, waiting.
Cheers.
Can't believe you bluffed those guards.
That's what I do. Okay, so we're in. Stage 1 complete. So checkpoints are what this game uses for save states. You can't make save games, you can only use...
Nasri's headquarters are in an old palace up the hill. That's your target.
Shut up, Westridge. You can only use the save states they give you. Now, we're not going to waste trank rounds on these guys. I don't care if we kill them. They're terrorists. It's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to go
It has been quiet since the
in
airliner.
through here.
I would have expected more to have happened.
The airliner was enough, and we have the Hellback missiles for that. Do not be too eager.
And we're going to hang out over here and wait. Let's unlock that now because it made sense to pass the time. But we're going to have to knock out this guy. Or kill him. Hello. Punch. And now we can go in through this way. Plus, opening doors that were locked gain you experience points, which is good. Very, very good. And leap. If you're doing it stealthily without taking out anybody, that would be the way you did it. We've already got a laser sight, so I think that means we get a second one to sell. And we just got 5k, which is excellent, because that pretty much earned us back all the money that we spent on gaining intelligence. Now there is a guy over there. We don't have to worry about him though, he'll turn around in a second. Any second now. There we go. Now we just have to get up behind this guy and punch. Oh, choke. But we don't have to worry about that third dude, there's no point. Because this is the way we have to go, and the other way is a dead end. Now we're going to try and do this in a sneaky secret agent style, but if we have to shoot, I'm not going to hold back. We're not going to go for that whole pansy, let's try not to kill them.
For alternate ways in. No need to risk a direct confrontation.
Quite so.
Keep an eye out.
So the alternate route is through there. We're going to use it. It's not really that much of a shortcut, but it's good. It gains you experience. So unlock, unlock, and there you have it. 25 XP, which is always welcome. And down we go. Hello. Knife to the neck. In some missions, it'll be required, well not really required, but highly advised that you don't just slaughter everybody. For various reasons, a lot of them handler related. Now the shortcut he's talking about, well, the alternate route is through that door. We will take it, but we have to wait for this guy to go away. So he's on a patrol route. There's also a fellow hanging out upstairs, but we don't need to worry about him too much. Now the reason, seeing as we have to wait, the reason that we got this armor that we're wearing now is because the other set of armor that you have available, while good, is noisier. So you can't sneak as effectively. Excellent. So already we've made back all the money that we spent on gaining intelligence. But there's a fellow coming, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait here. I don't think he comes down the stairs, but we can check with awareness. So where's he gone?